How are we, guys? Welcome back to episode 2, not in my lifetime. Well, Luke, what do we think? 24 hours have passed since the title decider, quote unquote. What are we saying?
It was not a good point. I don't give a crap. People are coping right now. And we played terribly yesterday and finally got a point. But are you kidding me with that Liverpool team? I don't care if it's Anfield. If you're letting the crowd get on your backs, then you have got a problem mentally. You won a treble last year. Why are you letting some bloody fans get in your head? For the past 2 years, I've always thought, all right, fair enough. The team wasn't there mentally enough to sort of compete on all fronts. But we've done it like 2 or 3 times now. Where's the mentality gone? Again, I know we're going on massive thread already, but this is my initial thoughts. I'm baffled at the copium in this fan base right now. I'm not saying panic stations, panic is over, but if we're not careful, it will be.
Well, Newcastle in the Cup could be seen as a bit of a break from league action. Could be a sticky point. But then the big ones after that. And I think if we can't beat Arsenal, I'm never worried about home games. I never will be. I always think whoever we play at home, whether it's the best team in the world or whether it's the weakest team in the league, we should be winning them games. We've got the ground, we've got the fans, we've got the team, got the manager. We've made it a fortress for the last 18 months. We haven't lost there in 37 games in all comps. Yeah. I'm never worried about home games. And I don't mean that to sound entitled. Whatever anyone wants to say about me, they can call me entitled if they want. I'm not. Anyone at home, fine. But I think this is probably in 2 weeks' time, roughly. It'll be the most nervous I've been in a football match for a long time. Because if we lose that, if Arsenal beat us, we're not in it.
No.
We have to win that game. If we win that game, we've kind of moved into a position where, okay, right, we are back in this now. Don't fuck it up. We're back in it. Keep it that way. Don't drop. But if we lose, even so much as if we draw, a draw doesn't suit us or Arsenal really. It suits Liverpool.
Yep.
But I think if we draw, we're the weakest of the 3 of them.
And also, just to bear in mind that Liverpool come in every game from now.
Yeah.
Every week.
They look like they're the only team that could.
And I'll be honest with you, right? I am not confident at all. People can say, "Oh, but that's last season." If you're literally using history rather than current context of the situation, then you are deluded. Simple as. Like, every season is different to the last. Nothing's always the same. You can never expect to beat people who will win 4-1 against Arsenal are morons. If we do that, I'm like, well, where's that been all season?
Exactly.
I can't keep doing this. Oh, we're here now and then gone. I want every game consistent performance. I'm not saying 5-0 every game, but a bit of a consistency. Because this team is lacking. This team is not a good team. I just want to win it. Yeah, John Stone's celebration was brilliant, but where was that fight? Second half. Where did it go?
We blew it straight away. Like, we went in at half time and we were saying to one another, weren't we? I messaged you and I was like, we've actually played all right here. We haven't done badly. Yep. We kept it to the first 15 minutes, as we said in the first episode. Keep it to the first 15 minutes. We had 2 chances in them 15 minutes, by the way. Foden straight away should have scored. Mm-hmm. And then we had another one, and then we finally did get the breakthrough. And we were like, okay, this is all right. It's not great. Not great, but we've done enough here. Against the depleted Liverpool side, we're doing enough. Play like this, fine. 30 seconds into the first half, bang, it's all gone. What was that?
What was Ake doing? What? Seriously.
What was that?
I don't care what your thoughts are on Darwin Núñez. The guy is a presser. He will press you to death. Why is Ake doing a pass by Listen? I was injured now for a month. Well done, Ake. I don't give a crap about last season.
Okay,
I don't give a crap.
I've always gone by the thought of if in doubt, kick it out. Right? That's fine. But all right, our system is across the box, back to the goalkeeper, back out, back to the keeper, back out, control, right? Okay, get that. There's no control in anything Ake is doing. He's not looking where he's going. He's not looking at the ball behind him. He's not looking to either side. And that's usually one of his strong points. He knows what's going on. You'll see him do this constantly. He's not doing that at all. He's looking the wrong way. He's facing his own goal. So it should be a simple pass if you're going back to Ederson in that position. Yeah. Instead, he's totally messed it up. Let Darwin Núñez, who's probably one of the quickest players in the league, onto you in. Now you could potentially say in that situation, what does Ederson do? Do you want him to leave it and let Darwin take it round you? But I guess if you bring him down, the keeper isn't going to get sent off because of the double jeopardy rule. At most, you're going to get booked. And then there is a chance you save it or he misses. To me, that's one of them. I don't agree with anyone blaming Ederson. It's not his fault. It's Ake's. He's played him into trouble again.
Because the thing is, I know Darwin was on the right-hand side of the box. So there was no one in there anyway.
No.
But Darwin could cut an effort, hit a curler, goal. 1-1. Then after that, yes, no one was injured, but then all of a sudden that Liverpool press is getting yeah, and that is where for me, every quarter of an hour at Anfield is first half, second half. You've got to weather the storm. You got it.
Yep.
Because it's Klopp.
Exactly.
You got and this is why this team this season has worried me constantly. Since Wolves lost 2-1, I've been like, this isn't good. I know it was one loss at the start, but I always thought something's not right here, and Pep hasn't fixed it at all.
No. Is that our last loss? Genuine question.
No, the last loss was, I think it was Aston.
Yes, Villa.
Villa, yeah.
Well, and that wasn't very good. That's probably, I know we're going off on a bit of a tangent here, but that Villa game is the worst I've ever seen, ever, in my 25 years of going to City.
That or the Southampton away game in the cup last season. But
that was a bit. I think Villa for me was just.
Oh yeah,
maybe Villa, because I was there, but Villa away was horrifically bad.
Villa should have won like 6-7-0. They should have done, and now would have been missing minute. And I wouldn't have blamed them. They did, but it's a different game. But it's
class by Aston Villa.
No, this is what I'm on about. Like, no. But obviously had a very good season. You know, But the thing is with us though is that I know we've been unbeaten since then. When was the last time? So that last week. When was the last time this team had a performance that was good the entire game? When was it?
Probably. Well, I said before. As I've tweeted before, you could probably count on one hand the amount of decent performances we've had all season.
Yep. Bournemouth, probably.
Yeah, one. United both.
Yep.
More so the away game than the home game, because the home game we weren't unbelievable for 90 minutes. We were probably unbelievable for 80. But to me, that's fair enough. And we beat them away, so it doesn't matter.
Liverpool at home, but then we threw it away. So
yeah, and I mean that is the but everyone's like, oh, we've done this, playing now, done that. Yeah, but we still drop points. We still drop points. We should have won.
Yeah, I know. It's just like look, we're not sitting here saying the season is bloody over because if it we'd be idiots to do that. Like seriously, if you're calling us negative, right? Look at the people on Twitter that are asking for Pep to be sacked, players to be off now, a whole new team, Haaland to go. How are we negative? How? Like,
yeah, I'm not going to mention names, but he's an idiot. I muted him ages ago.
Sorry, but I've got to say it as it is, man. Like that, like I'm not happy at all with did play this year. Even Haaland, I don't give a crap. I love Haaland. I'm gonna say it as it is with him. I get service is shocking, fine, but you at least get in there and press the hell out of Van Dijk in that defense. You can do it. I said before, you can definitely do it. You've got the ability to do it.
He mullered Van Dijk on that one-on-one.
He did.
But Van Dijk, credit to him, he recovered quite well. But Haaland had him on toast. If Haaland takes an extra touch, and he's outpaced him every single time, there's no doubt in my mind that Haaland would floor him.
Yeah.
But Haaland, he's either got to take it one more touch and take it away from goal to play it back in. Look at me trying to teach him how to play football, Jay Bothroyd. But he's either got to take another touch, take it back in, or go the other way. That's easier said than done because Van Dijk is as much as it pains me to say, he's a world-class defender. He's had a very good season. It's easier said than done, but that one-on-one for me is a great chance for Haaland because that's what Haaland's strengths are. He could, if he's running at you, how many times have we seen him beat a defender in that situation?
Many times. And score as well. I mean, this year, bit hit and miss, but when he has scored, like United, like Brentford, he's done it. He can do it.
He's world class.
But this season, I can't, 18 goals, it's not what he should be on right now. He should be at least 30 right now. 35. People are like, oh, that's mental. No, it's not. Please, 17 more goals is what I bet for him right now. For his standards level, he should be on at least nearing his record of last year by now. That's what he's missed.
Yeah, of course, with the chances he's missed, definitely. I mean, I was having this argument with our other member of the pod, Danny, the start of the season, and I was saying, look, Haaland ain't going to get 40-odd goals this year.
No.
It's ridiculous to think he would because he had such a good season last year. He set that bar, same as us. We've set that bar so high, we've got to maintain that. Haaland set his own bar so high because he was so good. He's now got to maintain that. And anything below looks below par, which is fine. That's the way it is. But 18, if you'd have said to me by 10 games to go, with 10 games to go before the end of the season, Haaland would only have 18 league goals, I'd have laughed in your face. Even with a month that injured, I'd have been like, no chance. He'd be near a 30. 25, 30. Could he still reach that? Yes, he could. But is he going to reach that on current form? Unless he starts working a little bit harder, looking a bit more interested. I love the guy, but I'm sorry. That much yesterday annoyed me.
Look, also, bringing De Bruyne off as well. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I understood why a bit of control, but it was the wrong midfielder to bring off. It should have been Bernardo Silva. Because Bernardo Silva, I'm sorry, has been poor this season.
Yeah.
The odd goals here and there, I'm not knocking it. Last year was probably the best season he's had since 18-19. He was unbelievable last year. Champions League, for me, he probably our player of the year.
Yeah.
In Champions League. Bayern, Madrid, he did everyone. Inter, he was there, working his ass off. I think this season will be his last season. I think he's done all he can for us, and when he does go, I'll miss him.
Yeah, I think I think it's in his head now a bit because there's been talk of him wanting to go for years, and everyone's like, and rightly said, we can't get rid of Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva is crucial to this team, and Sam Lee works at Athletic. He said in one of their podcasts as well, on another episode, that he thinks that City don't win at United without, like we did, without Bernardo Silva in the team. And I totally agree with him because that's what Silva can do.
Yeah.
But is it in his head that he wants to leave? And is it starting to really show now that that's, and I know I'm probably sounding really negative here, but is that the time when you think, right, okay, a player don't want to play for you, what's the point? He's not the kind of person, he's not a João Cancelo, he's not going to throw his toys out for him. He's still going to give you 110% every week. But that 110% that Bernardo's at now would have been 150, 200% 2 years ago, last season.
Yeah. Now, I'm sorry, go on.
No, carry on, mate, carry on.
Don't get me wrong, right? I know he loves it here. I know he hates it. I know why he wants to go back, and I respect it. He wants to go back to where he feels comfortable with. He's been there since 2016. 17. Yeah, so he's been there a good long time. Mate, 7 years is a long time for a player in a career with anywhere. So I think this summer is the right time for him to go. People will say, no, we got to keep him. I think we need to start changing him up a little bit. I'm not saying the whole team, but we'd start slowly but surely.
How old is he now?
He's 29 now, almost 30. still in his prime, but yeah, but I just don't think there's only so much you can do before eventually it's like it's time for a change. I think this season's going to be probably. I mean, again, who knows what can happen? We could win all again, but at the moment, I can't sit here and go because I'm relying purely on the fact that I'm hoping that we do it. Now, look, these players can definitely do it. They can definitely win all this year if they put their mind to it and they actually think, right, this is not working anymore. Let's do this to do that. But it's relying on one Pep to finally realise that Alvarez is not working at all. Realise that we need a settled back four from now on. A settled, no more mixing around players here and there. Play a settled back four, settled midfield, attack, mix up a little bit, you need to but harden up front, whoever on the wings. It needs to be settled now because we cannot keep doing this anymore. I know Pep tinkers, but we're in March now, in crunch time, and it's getting to the point now I'm thinking, what's he going to play today? Like, it just.
Do you know what? I totally
Oh.
agree with that. I saw a guy tweet this earlier today, actually, and said it was around this time last year where it looked like Pep knew what his starting 11 was. And he knew, that's my 11. This is where I'm basing it off. Any injuries, any niggles, anything that can't play is based on this settled 11. I think he knows what his best 11 is. But I'm pretty certain he's not using it for one reason or another. And I don't know why. Like, obviously, Jack is in that 11.
Yeah,
we know that.
Of course he is. Yeah.
But why? Surely Diaz is in that 11. Why is he dropping Diaz to the bench in a massive game when he's probably second, third choice leader?
For me, second
game of the season.
I'd say probably a captain, in my opinion. Walker ain't captain. I don't care. I don't care what people say about that. Kyle Walker ain't captain to me. He just can't do it. He ain't the same. He might have a voice in that dressing room, but I'm thinking he's a captain really after what he's. I know people say, "Oh, but it doesn't matter what he's done." That's not the point. It's too much going on. Too much. You know, in the media. Too much. It should be. I know players' lives getting whatever in the media all that, but a captain shouldn't be doing that shit. So that's my point of view.
Has he spoken to the media today?
Apparently, I don't know. I mean,
I haven't seen it yet, but I saw it before that he spoke to the media again, and he said something about. No, I hate slagging off referees, so I am not going down that route. If you look at my Twitter, I will back referees 110%, and I like VAR. Yes, I'm going to say it, but I like referees, and I have nothing against them. It's the toughest job in football, so I'm not going down that route. But he shouldn't be coming out saying that's saying. I saw something about. He said something about Michael Oliver. Wait a minute! Don't say that, mate, because you're going to have a ton of fans on your back about Liverpool fans, United fans. Maybe he's trying to stoke the fire a little bit. I don't know. But is he poking the bear a bit too much here?
This is my problem with that. I don't give a crap if he's stoking the bear. Who cares? Oh, he's stoking the bear, are you? But perform well then. Stop freaking letting mistakes happen. Start playing like a team again. Because honestly, it's just getting a bit like, come on, show something. Like Luton away, I thought, right, here we go. Finally. I know it doesn't matter if it's a cup or not, if it's Luton. Tough place to go. You get 6 goals, I thought, finally, we've got a team that's playing well. United, wasn't sure about that. I thought, okay, Derby day. It's full storms. Too many full storms. Too this time we've got to fix this time. It's like before you know it'll be April, and they'll be like, well, we're still here. The same things over again. It's like
here we go again. I think with Walker, I don't like Walker was in some really good positions yesterday, and that one cross, he's rocketed across the box. I just sat there, I looked at my dad, and I just laughed, and I was like, what is that? We haven't got Superman on the team who's quick enough to catch that.
No, we don't. Even Haaland's
No, he's getting Haaland's nowhere near it. I'm sorry, with the best will in the world, we haven't got a player who's quick enough to catch that. Not even Walker himself would get that. He's hit that so hard. All he's got to do is whack it in, just whip it in. Not that quick. A little light cross. If the defender puts it out, there's only two places that's going. It's either going in their own goal or right for a corner.
Yep.
With that cross, all the defender's got to do is step backwards, it's straight past them before they've even blinked.
Yeah. And the thing is, right, I mean, I would, if we had won, like I said, 2-1, right, it wasn't great, but we got the win. I wouldn't care. I'm like, all right, fine. I can take it.
Yeah.
A win's a win. Now, people are like, but hold on, you're saying this, but, we're unbeaten. I would have said yes, we would have taken the win, but also the performance needs to be talked about as well. Because again, I've said it before, it doesn't matter how many type of games you win or you draw, sustainably, performance-wise, isn't going to last very long. Because we can see it as fans watching it on the sideline, whether in the stands or on TV. You can see it. This ain't working. And again, I'll be there on Saturday with you and Danny. Obviously, on Saturday. I'm look forward to it. But I'm not expecting much change. Because
I don't think he can, really. I think injuries have kind of sorted the team out straight away. He's got to go for it, 100%.
Oh, he has to, because look, we've got to assume at this point, now this sounds, again, negative, but we've got to assume that the Premier League isn't going to happen until we start doing something, and let's say you get favour, right, okay, let's go. I'm all like, right, Cup of Champions League then. It's not going to be ideal. I know it sounds like I'm being real, I'm giving the league up here, but I've got a mentality of, right, we're a bit of a mess here. I know we're a point off, but we need things to go our way. We need draws here and there. It's just I'd rather just think, right, the cup right now is a priority. Get to Wembley at least.
Yeah.
Because losing to Newcastle, I think that's going to derail the season. That's a loss we don't need.
No, exactly. If we going at the FA Cup, I don't want to say the word disastrous, but could it be? Please don't go out of the FA Cup to Newcastle. I think when going back to what I said at the very start, anyone at home, and I think I based that theory off the cup draw, because when I was growing up, I used to love. I know this sounds really cliche. I used to love watching the FA Cup draw. I'm thinking, oh, we're gonna get, get someone. And I'd always say, regardless, when we were shit under Stuart Pearce, anyone at home, bring it on. I get to go for one. And secondly, I'd like to think we're at home, crowds behind us, 12th man and all that. Chances are much higher. As soon as they pulled us out first, I'm like, right, okay, anyone, bring it on. And then it was Newcastle, and you're like, oh no, we were last, weren't we? So it was guaranteed to be Newcastle. It was ever who was at home. It was like, okay, draw us at home to Newcastle. This is a good game. We avoided all the teams I would have wanted to avoided. The easiest draw, Coventry, yeah, no disrespect to them, would have been Coventry at home. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Wolves fans now. If you ask any Wolves fan, they are buzzing for Saturday.
Oh, I think they'll win. I think they'll be at Wembley.
It'd be great if they played us.
I'm not sure about that right now. I know, but my mate,
I said to my other half the other day, would you not rather play us in a final? I don't know whether my heart could take that, to be honest. That would almost be as bad as a United final again.
Or the Wigan one. I mean, that was
Oh
that was,
God! Don't even bring us losing to them.
We're going on a title, but
yeah, we are going a bit off.
That's a whole other bloody day. That is that video. That is. Oh my God!
But yes, back to Newcastle. I think. Yeah, I like Newcastle. I think they got some really good players. I think they'll definitely won't be an easy game. Definitely not. Look at the last time we played them in the league. Took a last minute winner. Just about got there, yeah. I think, but magic of the cup and all that. I think the team picks itself anyway. One, because it's the cup, and two, because we've got injuries in key areas again.
Yeah.
So I think all hail Scott Carson. Yes, I think.
I'll take us.
But it's the one after. It's the one after I'm concerned about.
that's a podcast in itself that we can say for. I mean, obviously, it's going to be after the national break, but we can probably talk about it a lot more and up to it near the time. But look, this for me, right? You've got to end this on a win. You've got to say, right, we're in the semis. You know, we're still we're winning it all because bear in mind, Arsenal don't play in the league. None of them for us. So no one playing in the league to get further ahead of us. So we're all still roughly on the same points right now. You've got to get through in the cup just to sort of just try to win trophies. I mean, winning the FA Cup again would be brilliant.
Yeah.
I just think that because if we go out, I think I said to you before, if we lose any of the Liverpool, Arsenal, or Newcastle, that could derail the entire season mentally. Because I know this team have won all 3 trophies last year, but there is a fragility this year to this team that I haven't seen since 1920.
I haven't seen it for a long time. I haven't seen.
Go on.
It's like you're watching it and you're almost sort of thinking this is going to go wrong any second. You're almost anticipating it going wrong. Whereas last season, and we said it all season, if you don't believe me, check my tweets. Literally all season, I was saying we'll win the league. Danny, who's part of this, he said to me, he was the one saying, we don't know, we need to start playing better, He will tell you that I said we'd be 10 points clear by Christmas. Yes, I got that completely wrong. We weren't. It was the other way around. But that's a credit to Arsenal. But I kept by it. I was like, no, there's something here that this is the best team we've ever had. And this is the best opportunity we've ever had. And we are going to do something special here.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, did we. But I think this season, you're looking at it and you're like, that's something special, albeit can be there, but it hasn't been there. And it's almost like yesterday, if that was this point last season, I'd have been like, we could go on and win this. Definitely. We'll win this game. Yesterday, I was thinking, we're going to concede here. We'll get beat here. And then Diaz has run through. What a game he had, by the way. Credit to him.
I mean, he didn't score, but he ripped Walker apart. Honestly, ripped him apart.
I think, and that was, it's just, there's something there, but there's not something there to the level there was something there last season. Yes, we're a quality side. None of us are saying that. We have got world-class players in that team. We have got leaders, and we've got the best manager in the world, with the best facilities and some of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
We're the champions of the world, but at the minute, we're not playing like we warrant that this season. No. We got to the Club World Cup final because of last season's success.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. Yeah. No one will ever forget that.
No.
But this season, it just doesn't feel as... Maybe last season was too good. I don't know, but
I mean,
it just doesn't feel like the quality's peaked, and it's like it's there, but not there.
I will blame though. I don't blame the team for this. I blame the club though in the summer because letting both Gundogan and Mahrez go. Look what's going on at Fabio Gavardo coming in, so it's not the end of the world. But Mahrez and Gundogan both going was a stupid idea. I'm sorry, I didn't get that at all because. And the fact we didn't get anyone else with experience, we just got players like Kovacic and that, which I like, a good person around right, but we need world-class ability. And I get Pep develops players, fair enough. He has this team with sort of fucking juggernaut. Sorry to swear. He has. But I can't just, assume it's going to be the same. Because I said to you before, last season, I said that at some point, this run isn't going to happen. I was last it happened. Fair enough. I was buzzing like we all were, but I thought, right, okay, next season, can you? I'm not saying do it all again, but I'm saying can you keep the momentum going? And I just think this team this season might not have it. Might not.
And
we could.
Totally. There's nothing wrong with not having it. None of us are saying there's something wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not having it because there's a reason it's never been done 4 times in a row.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
If any team was ever capable of doing it 4 times in a row, and if any team had the foundations to do it 4 times in a row, it's this Manchester City team.
Yeah.
And that's what we're saying. That's what's the most annoying thing. We know that we are capable of doing it, but we can't see us doing it because the performances haven't matched what we know we are. And there's nothing entitled about that before anyone calls me entitled, because I'm not saying we're going to win every game. I'm not saying that because it's not FIFA.
Oh, God,
like,
no.
It's not FIFA. It's just, this is real life. Like, we're not going to win every game.
No.
And I can take losing, but I can't take losing when there's no fight for the shirt.
Yeah. And that second half yesterday lacked that all entirely. Yeah, we had chances at the end. We did. Yeah. But look, if we had won that at the end, I'm not saying I still be critical of the format, and people would be baffled about that. I would be, but I would be more happier about the win than would be about the performance itself, because that was a game that was all about getting the result. The performances, obviously, I need to see at home. I need to see in the games that we should be winning anyway. In the big games, it always can come down to a number of different factors, but it's the fact that today, for me, the second half we just fell off, and we didn't recover it enough in time. We recovered too late. That's the issue.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm nervous, because again, I know it's the end of the month, but Arsenal will come to Etihad and will probably play. I'm not saying that they'll go out and attack, because they won't. I think Arteta will know from last time not to do that, because he knows if they do that, if we're playing crap, we'll batter them.
Yeah, that's where we're good, really good.
But I know what they're going to play like. They're going to play like they did against at the Emirates. They're going to play stubborn. They're going to play very. I'm saying part of the bus. They won't do that at all. But they do a shithousery, if you will.
Yeah,
and they'll do it, and they will, and that's what we need to kind of back, because if we beat Arsenal, I think it's more the fact that it's confidence going into the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I'm not saying league done. Yeah, it was, because that 4-1 against Arsenal, it was massive. It was huge. But it's just, we need to, all we're saying is, anyone watching this round, very confused about what we're getting at. We need to see performances that are consistent of a high level. I'm not saying look, results can happen, whatever happened. And if this season is just one trophy, fine. That's fine with me. Yeah. Some people will be a bit like baffled about that, saying, "Oh, our standards are low." No, I have high standards as this football team, but I understand that things can happen in football that can just happen. But
yeah,
at least I expect is high class performances, and I haven't been seeing that consistently all season. And that's what's been pissing me off, pissing you off, pissing Danny off, pissing most people that we know who are knowledgeable and aren't being overly positive for no reason about. Because I think most City fans aren't like that. Most City fans are quite reasonable and quite understanding. Like, we're not playing at our best right now. We can do that, but we need to see more of it. And that's what we're saying. Look, the title may say that, but it's the truth of what we're talking about. We did bottle it again at Anfield. We did. You can't say we didn't. We did bottle it. We didn't lose, but we drew the game and we should be winning 1-0. We should have won the game from there. It's a comfortable conversation we need to have, but we have to have them, because the players that have been playing well, some players that we love in this fan base have been playing really well, and we've got to talk about it. It's just this is what we've got to do as fans. As on our podcast, we have to have that. Got to call it out. I'm not saying players must go. I'm saying we've got to sort it out now, because again, this is the last break we're going to get off Newcastle before running really kicks in. Last 10 games, the last dance, the last 10. This is it. This is it. And if you can't beat Arsenal at home, then I think for me at that point it's just FA Cup and Champions League.
I agree.
That's what I'm going to say.
I think I don't want to write us off, and even if we lose to Arsenal, I will still refuse, because I love this club too much not to. But I think in my heart it would be a case of, it's done.
But I wouldn't be upset though. I mean, more like we saw it coming. Sadly, it's like you wish it didn't happen. But it's like, but no one tries stopping it. No one tries fixing it. Say, no, turn it around, go this way. because Pep did actually, for him, did know what went wrong and changed it. But
Yeah.
this year, like, he's not changing it. He's just not fixing it properly. And it's like, when we just rely too much on certain players like Foden in one game, Haaland in the other game, it's just been not enough of a team collective performance, which has let us down this season.
Yeah.
And look, it's mad, right? It's mad. We're still only a point off the top. It's crazy, though. Which, by the way, us Liverpool, they have bottled that opportunity. Both of them did. You have to admit it. Like, both fan bases have to admit that themselves, that they should have been further ahead of us than what is right now. Because during that Christmas period, mate, when we got one win in like 7 or 8, I was just like I was thinking, how on earth are we still in this title race? And if we do win it, it'll be more than the fact, I think it'll probably, as I said earlier, it'll be Pep's probably best title he's ever won. The fact that he's gone this low, of level performances, and we still won the league, it would be unbelievable. But
again,
it just depends on how to recover. Because look, as I said, beat Newcastle on Saturday, get some momentum, said right, fill the phone, it's semi-final, off to Wembley, right, good. Go into that international break, focused on just getting through it. Then after that, the real work starts against Arsenal.
There's no more internationals after that. That, like you say, that is it. No. We've got 10 games. Newcastle is the finish FA Cup. Let's get to the semi-final. Let's go to the international break with a win. Chance to play at Wembley again. Great. Fine. Excuse me. And then that's it. That is it. We have 10 games to focus. Literally, they keep saying it, and it's probably the biggest cliche in football, 10 cup finals.
It is.
10 cup finals, that is obvious. Throw in the Champions League in the middle of it. Focus. Do exactly what we did last season. Focus.
Yeah.
And stop flipping
mistakes
it up.
Because the defense that's the one thing I'm baffled about. Why has the defense lost its heads? Like in our season, we were able to keep it. Sometimes you'll concede a goal. It happens, but we conceded so many goals. Like, why? It was obvious. Like, come on, like it's like the penalties. It's the most like stupidest thing about us this season. Our ability to concede stupid goals for no reason. Like, even clean sheets. Like, we're winning 5-0. See the goal. Why? What? Like,
Burnley at home.
3-1. I was like, are you that actually annoyed me. I was like, I'm happy with 1, but you.
Do you know what? Do you know what that literally reminds me of, right? And I know it said it's not FIFA, and this is going off on a little bit of a tangent, but it's a bit funny anyway. Like, me and Danny have a thing, right? FIFA, when it wants to score against you, it does.
Yes.
And that's literally what this season feels like. Try and keep a clean sheet on FIFA. It's an nigh on impossible.
You can't.
And how annoying is it when you batter a team and you're like 6-0 up on FIFA? You're like, yes. And then all of a sudden they go and score some sweaty goal and you end up throwing your controller at your TV. That's literally what like our back four is like.
Yeah.
It's almost like the front line has done it. We've done the job. We've won the game. Why are you conceding a stupid goal? Focus.
Look, again, it's much people not in seasons over. We're honest. We're never going to lie to you. And what's the point? Me being there saying I'll get rid of everyone, I feel like, what am I doing? What are you on about? Like, it isn't that deep. It's just the fact is, like, we got to talk about performances when they're happening, and that's what this podcast's for, is to talk about performances and wins. Look, don't be wrong. When we're doing a game and play really well, we'll go lyrical. We'll go like, and we'll pick it up. Because trust me, I'd rather just be mostly that, because I love it. It'd be great, and I'm sure we will at some point. I'm sure we definitely will at some point. Yeah. But we're not going to lie to you. I won't paint a picture of it's fine. It's a good point at Anfield. No, it was an awful point. It was terrible. We're winning 1-0 up instead of 1-0 down to come out to a draw. We were actually leading 1-0 at Anfield. How does that happen?
And a brain fart killed it.
That's what annoys us. Yeah. Look, season's not over by a long shot, but it's just we have worries and concerns, and we just want this team to improve. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. But until we see that, we'll keep saying the same things.
We will. But there we go. Let's just hope we can improve and hope we can get some, I want to say decent results, but that's not really where I'm going.
Before we end this here, Newcastle for me has to be a good performance and a win. It can't just be a win and get, because you look at each other and think, no. We'll both know, because both of us will be here together. I'm not saying this, I was sat around the same seat. We both know. No. So we just need I want to see a good performance and a good win, just to go and say, right, cool, we can do it then. Arsenal, do it. So that's all we're asking for. It sounds very simple, but it's not. But just want to see a good performance.
It's only, yes, exactly. And just grow the mentality a little bit.
Yeah.
Just grow the mentality. We know we can do it. We know we're capable of doing it. We have players that know we can do it. You saw De Bruyne get annoyed at coming off yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
He was getting annoyed at coming off because he knows we can do it. That's what I want. Fire, passion. Yes, be annoyed at being substituted. Be annoyed that we're losing, drawing, you're not winning.
Great.
That's what we want. That's what I want. I want to see that. I don't want to see Haaland dancing around. I want to see Haaland doing the Poznan again. I want to see Haaland firing, not misfiring.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not hard.
Right, before we end this then, so let's do a prediction. Obviously, we'll do a prediction as well. We're both there on the day as well. But prediction for now, before Saturday. How you feel about the game?
Yeah. I don't want to disrespect Newcastle in any way. So if any Newcastle fans do see this is not disrespect. I'm obviously biased to my own team. But I'll give you a goal anyway. 3-1 City.
Yep, I'm going 3-1. I think I have a funny feeling. Yeah, and Danny said something as well in our chat as well. But yeah, he's right. Action. We need a reaction.
Yeah,
we can't just keep going on the whole Bournemouth 1-0 over the line. We need a win, a reaction, to say, all right, we're sorry about Anfield, but we're here to really push on this end of the season.
Yeah,
that's what we need. A 3-1. Exactly. I'll go for well, and just please, City, for God's sake, please sort it out.
Please.
That's it. That's the question of episode 2.
Give us a like
again.
Follow us, share us, follow us on socials. Give us any questions if you want to know about us, about what we're doing. We're literally 3 City fans that are all really good mates, and we're just having a laugh with it and seeing how far we can go. So give us a like, give us a follow. All our socials are on the bottom. And we'll keep giving you this. We'll keep trying to have a laugh with you.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And yeah, as I say, if you want the real point of view, the real fan, I know everyone says that about their other channels, but we're never going to lie to you. That's all I'm going to say. We'll never give how we feel. We're always going to be truthful and honest, because that's the end of the day. I wouldn't change who I am for the world as well. Never Alex or Danny. But very much for watching the video, guys. Take care.
See you on the next one.
See you next one.